How's it going, everybody? My name's Eric, and in this video, I am going to do an unboxing of the Rollo printer. I'm very excited to finally get my hands on a Rollo printer. I bought mine off of Amazon. However, I didn't buy it brand new. I bought it used, $139.99 option. I think it's $179 new. I went with $139 refurbished. I ordered this printer February 22nd and it was delivered March 2nd. This was not the Amazon Prime 2-day shipping printer, so keep that in mind if you do order the refurbished one. It more than likely will take you over a week to receive your printer. They sent it just in a brown box like this. I think the printer is very tightly boxed inside of it. And I've gotten so many questions and seen so many people talk about the Rollo. I had to go out and finally get one. There we go. Right in your face. Rollo is very smart with their branding. They are a private label product, meaning that they've sourced a product from China and kind of created a brand around it, more on the higher level than some other private label products you might be familiar with. So Rollo does not make this printer. All they do is market it to Americans. Not to say that it's a bad printer, not to knock Rollo. They're a very smart company, but they don't make the printer. A very nice box, glossy cardboard. I'm sure that they pay up for this custom box to give the customer a premium experience when ordering the printer, which cannot be said much about the other printers. Here's the front, no ink, no toner. Prints using latest printing technology. We have something that is not true on the outside of the box. I would easily argue that the latest printing technology would be mobile Bluetooth printing, not something that is USB, and this is a USB printer. So Rollo, if you're watching this, maybe you want to take something like that off of the box. Over here, it says Rollo is fast. With a patented design, Rollo prints a shipping label per second. This is nearly twice as fast as the closest competitor. We will have to run a test on that one day. No ink, no toner, print without ever needing to buy ink cartridges. Yeah, that's true. Compatible with all these major shipping platforms. All these things I've never even heard of. Shippo, Order Cup. It's actually even compatible with more things on here. It's compatible with Pirate Ship. It's compatible with anything that's 4x6. Here's got some specifications. Direct thermal printing method, 203 DPI resolution, maximum printing speed, 150 millimeters per second. It has the paper width, paper thickness, paper height, supported paper, gives you the contents, printing life is approximately 650,000 labels. I like that they put the printing life on here. That is very cool. Supported operating system, Windows, Mac, and Linux. Connection USB, color, weight, dimensions, model. But here we go down here. Designed in USA, made in China. That even itself is arguable because the box was designed in the USA, but the printer was really designed and made in China before Rollo picked it up. That's kind of an iffy statement also. I think it's like some legal workaround they can say that because technically the box was designed in the USA, not necessarily the printer. With its patented design, Rollo prints a shipping label per second. Rollo has a design patent on this color. I don't believe they have a patent on the printer. They've worked around a design patent to basically own this private label product. Very smart. So no one can go into Alibaba and buy the same printer or go onto Beepert's website, buy the same printer and compete with Rollo because they have a design patent on the color scheme, not necessarily on the tech or the actual physical product. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get into the printer. And even more presentation, a better way to print. This had to have been at least a $4 or $5 box. Okay, so we get bag of goodies, alcohol pad, a phone number with support, a user guide, quick guides, some sample labels even. Wow. The presentation is what you're paying for, if not anything else. The support, you're gonna get great customer support. They did it right. Look at that. They created their own quick step guide, basically dummy proof, telling you exactly how to set up the printer get it all connected, set your settings, paper size, which normally is what people do incorrectly, is they don't set the printer up right. Yeah, like quick tip right here. This is what people normally do incorrectly, and if they didn't know this, they would just return the printer thinking that it was a printer problem when it's just a settings issue. 8.5 by 11 is what everything defaults to normally, because that's how normal printers print. You have to go in and change it to 4 by 6. It tells you, make sure you go on the website and change the format to 4 by 6. Otherwise, it's not Rollo's fault. It's settings within the platform. So that is one question I am getting on Instagram with troubleshooting all the time. So Rollo is very smart to include all of this, like first thing in your face, get that information to the consumer. Looks like I have a power supply, which is box, a GVE 24 volt 2 amp power supply with a different barrel size than the Dymo, which means it's going to be a different barrel size than the Zebra as well. So it's got its own power supply. I'm guessing this is going to be our USB cable down here, and it looks just like a USB cable with some nice presentation and packaging. Now for the printer itself, they destroyed the competition with modern presentation of product. And that's really what Rollo is going after. Their target market is like the entrepreneur that's shipping at home, people that are shipping from eBay, Shopify, all these places right here. Zebra is not really targeting those people. Dymo used to be targeting those people, but Dymo makes a terrible product. And Zebra is so big to where they don't need to target the small e-commerce consumer, because Zebra works with like gigantic companies. They provide so much barcode tech to commercial industry that they don't really need the business. I guess that's where Rollo stepped in, and they're totally taking advantage of that. Absolutely love the box. Absolutely love the packaging. Everything about the packaging, I love it so far. But let's get into the actual printer. Doesn't get any better packed than that. Perfectly fit foam inserts, and then it is retaped. For being a used product, I am even more impressed how they went through the steps to refurbish this. More than likely, they didn't have to do anything but repack it. Somebody didn't read the instructions, got frustrated, mailed it back, and then they had to just basically repackage it and sell it for a little bit cheaper, because technically it's not new anymore, even though this probably wasn't used hardly at all. So here's the printer, here's the top. Here is a customized piece that they put on to brand the printer a Rollo. There's that front button. It's going to be your feed button. It's going to be your calibration button combo. On the side, you have your lock in order to open the printer. It's in the unlocked position. Now it's in the locked position. And the design of this printer is where you have to put the labels like in a roll behind it, and then it feeds it through there, which is kind of different if you were to look at a Dymo where it's all contained, or a Zebra where it's all contained as well, but also has the option to feed from the back. I'm not personally a fan of this style of a printer, but not to say that it's a bad printer. I just like having everything self-contained. I have some Alibaba ones from the same company that Rollo sources from coming in the mail, and I really want to do a comparison video. I wish that I had them, but they're stuck in the mail because of the coronavirus stuff. Therefore, I don't have one in hand, which I apologize for. It's a matte gray and matte black finish, a little glossy diamond Rollo thing on the top there, the feed button, a very geometric design that Beepert made. There we go. On the bottom it says engineered in the USA, made in China. I don't know if I agree with that as well. I don't know the legal implications of putting that on there. What has to have been engineered in the USA? Yeah, they did their drivers. Yeah, they designed, patented the color, but I don't think that Rollo has control over the Chinese engineers that made this product. They sourced it from China and created this entire packaging for the American market, which is beautiful, by the way, from a previously existing product. They have created their own model number, X1038. On the back here, we see our feed guides. We got our on-off switch, which is a plus because, believe it or not, there are some printers that don't have on-off switches. We're not going to name any names or point any fingers, but I'm just saying. We got our USB. We got our power supply. We got our vent fan down here. We got some table risers to give it a little lift off of the table so that fan can blow. And then on the inside, that locking switch mechanism. There's our print head, a little serrated piece of metal to cut the labels. There's our roller. There's also a sensor right there that the printer will use in order to calibrate and sense the labels and the gaps. There's my serial number. You guys gonna hack me? We'll save the teardown for another video. Based off of the way that the print head is designed, it is replaceable. The way the contacts are designed, it is replaceable. It looks exactly like the print head on the Meihengtong, the Chinese special. So that print head probably interchange perfectly fine and work, would be my guess. So wherever you can find print heads for after your 650,000 prints, when this starts going bad, you're gonna wanna replace your print head. I don't see a way to get into the print head. Like, there's no screws. I don't know. I don't really see an easy way to get into this. Maybe from the top? I'm gonna have to reach out to Rollo. For super high volume sellers, 650,000 labels, and your print head's gonna start printing lighter, and you might wanna do a print head replacement, but it doesn't look like it's very easily accessible. Hopefully Rollo will provide some instructions and parts on how to replace your print head in the future, because that's just what high quality printer companies like to do. Let's get this set up on Windows. Power supply goes in the back. USB also goes in the back. If you didn't already know, before anyone asks, this is not wireless. It cannot be used with an iPhone or an iPad or anything wireless. You cannot print from your phone. Although it is the latest printing technology, it cannot print from mobile, which other printers can. Arguable what technology is latest, but that's up for you guys to decide. Now we're going to do a test print just to show you that the printer actually works and that it wasn't too difficult to install. So I'm doing it on a Windows PC. It is also compatible with Mac. You go to Rollo's website, rollo.com, install driver. Everything was pretty straightforward and simple. Very easy to navigate site. They got videos for the driver installation.
Hi everybody, this is John from Rollo Printer, and today I'll be showing you how to install the Rollo driver on your Windows.
Thank you, John. We're actually gonna do a tutorial because the audio is terrible on their video. So I'll do a tutorial doing Windows and Mac, but that's not for this video. This is just an example. But anyways, what I really like about this printer is that they use non-proprietary labels, meaning that it doesn't have the punch notch that Dymo uses for calibration, doesn't have the black squares that the brother printers use. It's just a non-proprietary label that you can get from FedEx or from UPS.com for free, or you could buy it for cheaper than the other proprietary labels. Let's get this thing loaded. It's blinking red because there's no labels in it. You're gonna open your guides, paper in, close her up. It is green lit, and if you press that, it will feed one label. Rollo was very smart. They calibrated this to 4x6 before sending it to us, because calibration is something that sometimes it can confuse the user if they don't know what they're doing. Definitely a nice touch to be calibrated 4x6, because that's primarily what people are going to be using this printer for. So I'm going to do a test print. I already installed the driver. We will have a video sometime later. And just like that, we have our 4x6 thermal label. It is very, very sticky. Nice adhesion to any package, and it printed out very fast, 150 millimeters per second. I have it at the stock setting of darkness and the stock setting of speed. So that is the print speed. Tons of support available on their website. So that is the entire unboxing of the Rollo thermal label printer. This is not a thorough review of the printer. I have literally printed 2 labels after doing this video. Full review to come, but I could tell you right now some things that I do and don't like about this printer. I like that they have an amazing presentation. I like that it uses non-proprietary labels. It doesn't use the notches like Dymo does, the punch labels. It doesn't use the square labels like Brother. Personally, not a fan of this design of the fan fold or the holder behind it. I like my printer to be all contained. I'm not really a fan of some of the claims that are on the box, such as latest printing technology, when this is a USB printer technology from like the late 90s. I wouldn't say this is the latest printing technology. Ease of install was good. It'll work with Mac or PC. It's readily available on Amazon for $170. I think the price point's okay for what you get, and you will have a great customer support experience. So more to come on the Rollo thermal printer. We'll have some tutorials coming out within the next couple of days, and I will try to either do a review specifically on this printer, or if you want to see a comparison video, maybe I'll do a comparison video. Let me know what you would want to see the Rollo compared to. Maybe I'll do a video like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments or reach out to me on Instagram, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.